Hi, the internet. Welcome to the What Else Show. I'm your host, Robert. This is Bethany.
Hi, internet.
And today we've got a brand new What Else show for you. Bethany, what else are we talking about today?
Today we are talking about the first episode of Who's the Boss?
That's right, the first episode of Who's the Boss? Yes. Bethany, why don't you give us some details on Who's the Boss?
Who's the Boss? So the first episode aired on September 20th, 1984.
That's really early.
Yes.
It's shockingly early to me. I thought it was a little bit later in the 80s.
Yeah, so 1984. And it ran until April 25th, 1992.
And it actually ran a lot longer than I thought.
Yes. Yes. So it had 8 seasons and 196 episodes.
Yeah, that's not very many episodes for being on from 84 to 92, right?
Yeah.
It seems like you'd have more episodes.
Yeah.
Or am I crazy?
I'm you know what? I'm not sure. I don't know what's like a normal amount of episodes for a show. But yeah, 196 episodes.
And who's in this?
So Tony Danza.
Obviously. From Taxi fame.
Yes, he plays Tony Maselli. Judith Light plays Angela Bauer.
Is she from anything? Was she like a soap opera actress, or where did she come from?
I'm not sure.
I have no idea. This is the first thing I've ever seen Judith Light in.
Yeah, and
the first and last.
Well, I know she did stuff after this.
Like
I just
what?
don't know. I don't know.
You don't know.
Alyssa Milano plays Samantha, and Danny Pintaro plays Jonathan, and then Catherine Hellmond plays Mona, and we know Catherine Hellmond very well from Soap.
Yep, because we did a first episode of Soap.
Yes. In fact, we've watched every episode of Soap.
Yeah. Alyssa Milano and Danny Pintaro.
Yes, Pintaro. Yes.
Yeah. They're so super young in this first episode.
They're so little.
I can remember Alyssa Milano being like a teen idol type, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But she's like a little girl in this.
She's very little.
She's like 8.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I don't know how to judge.
I don't know.
Kids.
She's very little. She's a little kid in this. Yeah.
They're both so little.
They're so little.
So let's get into
the episode.
No.
Oh.
We have to discuss your history with Who's the
Boss? Well, I remember watching Who's the Boss, but the kids were older.
Yeah.
I didn't really watch it when the kids were this little. So
I didn't even know they were this little.
Yeah. Seeing the first episode, I was like, whoa, these are really... They're so tiny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're so small.
But I do remember watching it, and I did watch some of it in its original run because I remember like waiting for the next episode to come out, and then I do remember catching it on reruns too. I remember liking the show.
Right. I can remember the show. I can remember liking the show, but it was never really like my favorite show.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Can you remember any specific episodes?
I can, actually.
What?
I remember one episode where Samantha's trying to get ready for the prom. I remember an episode where Tony and Angela go to a comedy club and Angela punches a guy.
Oh, I don't remember these.
Yeah, I remember a lot of episodes. Just random. It's weird, the stuff I remember.
I can barely remember any of the episodes. One I can remember, somehow Tony and Angela got stuck in a house away from home, right?
I think so.
And like they had to split up their pajamas. They had one pair of pajamas.
Familiar.
And Tony got to wear the bottoms and Angela got to wear the top. You remember that?
Vaguely.
Yeah. And then I remember one where Samantha got her driver's license, or I guess she got a car. Mm-hmm. Tony got her a car, and it's like this big giant yellow car.
Yes.
And it's got reflectors
all the way down
and
the
like
side.
A big tire on the back.
Yes. Yeah. I very much remember that episode too.
She did not like it.
Yes.
But that's not what we're talking about, Bethany. We're not talking about Samantha's first car. We're talking about the pilot episode of Who's the Boss.
Yes.
So let's get into it. Let's get into what happens.
First episode.
So Who's the Boss starts cold open.
Cold open, yes.
We just get Tony Maselli talking to the lady in the window who's a reoccurring character, but I can't remember her name. Mrs.
Patelli? No,
some lady that comes in reoccurring, right? It's Tony and Samantha, and they're leaving New York. They're in an awful studio recreation of New York. It just looks the worst.
New York City.
It's just so on a studio, it looks awful. Samantha got in a fight with some kids.
Yes.
And Tony says it's time to get out of New York. Mm-hmm. We gotta go. And where do they go to?
They go to Vermont.
Vermont.
Yes. Nope. Connecticut, not Vermont. Connecticut.
But all those little states up there.
I know. No, they go to Connecticut, and in the cold open, Tony talks about it's a new start for them, and he's got a new job in a place that's very green with white picket fences, and he's really excited about it.
We get to the intro. Around the Bend song.
Yes, and it's basically just the van driving from New York City to Connecticut.
Yeah, it's a real crummy van.
Yeah, kind of a crappy van.
Yeah, beat up blue van.
Yeah.
And in this original pilot intro, that's all it is. It's the van
driving.
That's the intro.
Yeah.
With the song over it. We started the episode off. Jonathan is sitting on the couch. He's got a snake. Mm-hmm. The doorbell rings or knocks. So there's somebody at the door.
There's someone at the door, yeah.
Jonathan says there's somebody at the door. Angela says, see who it is. He looks through the window and he says, it's a guy out there. And they're like, what do they want? And I'm like, I don't know. I just looked through to see who it was.
You told me to see who it is, not open the door. Jonathan's very literal.
Yeah.
He's very literal, so they kind of established that. Angela's trying to get ready to work. She's got to catch the train to work. She comes downstairs and answers the door. Tony's there, mm-hmm. Tony Maselli, and he says he's the new housekeeper. And Angela's like, no, you're wrong. I wanted a woman housekeeper. Mm-hmm. She's very sexist.
Right. And I guess Mona the day before had already interviewed Tony and told him he had the job. The only thing is that Angela had to say yes. Mm-hmm. But she basically told him he had the job because he left his apartment and everything in New York because he thought he was going to be a live-in housekeeper here. Angela doesn't want him to be there because he's a man. And Tony starts to talk to her and tells him about his struggles. Mm-hmm. And Mona comes down and she starts to tell her about Tony's struggles. Mm-hmm. And then he talks about how good he is with kids. Mm-hmm. And then Tony goes out to get Samantha to show off to Angela.
Yes. Brings in the daughter.
Yes.
Yes. You're doing good. Keep going.
I feel like I missed a part where Tony did a good thing with Jonathan.
Oh, yes. Jonathan didn't want to go put the snake away.
Yeah.
And so Tony had a little talk with him and convinced him that it's okay to go put the snake away.
Right. And I think
that they had like a little bonding moment.
That won him some points with Angela.
Yeah.
But she still wasn't sure.
Yeah. And then Mona tells her, while Tony's getting Samantha, Mona tells her to stop being so sexist.
Yeah.
Which I thought was funny.
And Mona gives Angela Tony's sob story about how Tony's wife died. He used to play in the major leagues, but he got hurt right away. And he's been working odd jobs to support himself and Samantha.
Yes.
And basically after that, and after she talks to Samantha, she's like in. I think the next scene is Angela coming home late with her boss.
Yes, that's correct.
Angela works for like a nondescript company. Like corporation.
It's like she's a businesswoman. She's a high-powered
she's an
executive
80s business lady.
Yes. So we don't find out until a little bit into the episode that she's the VP of the company because she's talking to her date about it.
She's got this date who's actually the president of the company and she's the vice president. And they're getting in late. They went out to dinner, but they didn't get enough food, so they were hungry. God, I hate that.
I hate that too.
Yeah. So they were getting some food from the kitchen, and Angela breaks a plate.
She breaks a plate because her boss kisses her.
Okay. And then they get down to clean up the mess, and then they start kissing some more, right? Mm-hmm. But that's when Tony walks in.
Yes, and he's got a baseball bat, and he thinks that Angela's being assaulted.
Yes. He really gets into like this guy shouldn't be here. I'm like, Angela's an adult woman.
Yeah. She's a grown up. She can do what she wants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he really gets into it. They really get into it, and then Angela sends Tony to bed, and she tells the guy to leave. In the next scene, Tony knocks on Angela's door and apologizes for what happens. And he's talking to Angela. Basically, the conversation is just about, you're never going to know if you were going to get a promotion because of your merits or because you were sleeping with the boss. Basically, it's his conversation with her. What happens next?
Angela kind of argues with him a little bit, and she's like, I've been working towards this a long time, ever since my husband left me, blah, blah. So then, like, that's kind of when we find out kind of her backstory, is that, like, her husband left her, and so she's been working towards this promotion a long time, and she doesn't want to listen to Tony. So they go to bed. The next scene is Angela at work telling her boss, hey, why don't we hold off on going away for the weekend until after the decision is made? Because she's trying to flush out whether or not he's going to give her the promotion because of their relationship or because she actually deserves it.
Yeah, which I don't actually think is a good test to be working on her merits, because what if she's like, okay, well, I'm going to stop this relationship until after I'm promoted or not promoted.
Right.
And then you're like, well, I can't not promote her now because then I won't be in this relationship I want to be in anymore.
Yeah, it's kind of an odd, kind of a weird thing that was kind of odd.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. So he seems on board with it, and it seemed like he did exactly that. Like, he was trying to hurry up and get a decision from the board, because she came home early and she said that he had called a board meeting to go ahead and vote. So she's waiting to find out the vote. So she's very nervous. She's very agitated. Like, she can't relax. So she ended up telling Tony that she took his advice. So he's really happy about that. So she goes upstairs to change into a sweatsuit.
Yes.
She changes into a sweatsuit. So she's upstairs. She goes upstairs to change, and then while she's upstairs changing, the kids come home from school.
The kids come home from school.
Yes, and so Tony is talking to them about their day. He's talking to his daughter Samantha about the new school, and she said the playground is beautiful. And so Samantha really loves the nice, the really cool, nice school that she goes to.
Right. There's
now.
no trials or tribulations about being the new kid in school.
Yeah,
she just really likes it, which I thought was interesting for a sitcom.
Yeah. She wasn't.
When does that happen?
Like, nobody bullied her, But I mean, like, Samantha's pretty. She seems pretty tough.
Right.
So
she's a tough kid.
She's tough, and Jonathan is like kind of the brainy one who's, he's super into animals and reptiles and stuff. Yes.
Specifically.
Yes, loves reptiles. So Tony and Samantha are chatting in the kitchen. And Tony's go-to phrase is like, let's go shoot some hoops.
Yeah, he's said that quite a few times.
He says it quite a few times. And then Angela comes down and she's wearing her outfit.
Hold on.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
The phone rings and it's Angela's office.
Yes.
It's like a secretary from Angela's office or something, an office manager, somebody that makes calls.
Yeah. We don't know. Just a rando.
And Tony kind of grills the person on the phone of like, come on, just tell me, are they going to do yes or no?
Did she get it? Did she not get it?
Right.
Yeah.
And the person on the phone tells Tony that yes, she did get it. Mm-hmm. Then Angela comes down and she's like, who was on the phone? And then Tony lies to her and says,
it was Arthur Murray.
Yeah, it was a dance studio.
You got a free lesson.
And then what is this conversation that Tony and Angela have before he tells her, yes, she got the job? What would happen if you didn't get the promotion because you didn't sleep with your boss? Would you be okay with that? I believe is the conversation. Mm-hmm. And she's like, yeah, I'd be fine with that. Mm-hmm. And then he tells her, oh, yeah, she got the job. Mm-hmm. But what I did miss is that Angela came down in this crazy sweatsuit.
Crazy. She's wearing like a leotard under it, but she's wearing like this, it's like a shiny fabric pink leotard
under her sweats.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Highlight of the episode.
Yeah, it was so funny. We're like, what is she wearing?
So Tony wants to tell everybody, let's go shoot some hoops and celebrate. Yes. And Angela's like, no, I'm going to go take a bath and have some champagne. She
gives him a hard time for always saying that, though.
Yes.
Which I was glad. I was like, finally, she's pointing out. She's like, do you always say that? That was her thing.
And that's the end of the first episode.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Over the credits, we see Sam and Tony shooting hoops in the weirdest way.
In the weirdest way possible.
There's a hoop with no backboard on a stone wall that's just like different sized stones. So I don't know that they would even work. And the hoop is like right above a window and right above a door with a window. Like there's got to be a better way to do this.
So weird. Yeah, so weird.
Very something
weird.
I noticed that was crazy. And it's over the credits. I'm sure they changed that later on.
I'm sure they did too.
It's just bonkers.
Just a really odd setup with all the windows and like there's so much glass.
That was it.
That's the first episode.
This is the first episode we watched on Amazon Prime with commercials because we couldn't find one without commercials. I think it's on Amazon Prime and it's also on Tubi, maybe?
Tubi, yep.
Yeah.
It's on Tubi also.
But that was it. That was the first episode, the pilot episode.
Now, if I had seen this first episode, I probably would have watched the show because, I don't know, I felt myself enjoying it a lot more than I thought I would.
You know what? I don't think it was that funny, but I might have watched a few more episodes because like, I wonder what's going to happen with this Angela-Tony relationship.
Right.
This will they, won't they relationship that they've set up in the first episode.
Yeah. They did a good job of setting that up in the first episode.
Yeah, but I don't think this first episode is that funny.
No, probably not, but it did get me interested in the characters.
Right.
Also, I remember watching it when the kids were a lot older, so like I missed like their whole childhood. So I want to see what happens to them.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah.
Watch it. I don't really have a whole lot to say about it. I feel like this first episode, the audio mix is really bad. The laugh track is like overwhelmingly loud, and the speech is like kind of low. But maybe that was just a Amazon thing. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah, but it just was not great.
Would you recommend people watch it?
No.
Oh, really?
Nah.
Skip the first episode?
Yeah, I mean, it didn't really do anything for me. You know.
Oh.
I'm not like excited about the show. You think people should watch?
Yeah.
Just get on a binge of 196 episodes?
Yeah, just watch them all. Watch the kids grow up. That's what I'm interested in doing. I want to watch the kids get older and grow up. Robert, that's all I have to say about the show.
Yeah. I'm going to take us out.
Take us out, please.
Thanks for watching, Internet. You can follow the show on Twitter at What Else Show. We're also on Instagram at The What Else Show. Please like, subscribe, and share on YouTube. And if you know who's the boss, the answer to the question, who is the boss, let us know in the comments. Bye, Internet.
Bye, Internet.
Mrs. Patelli? What is her name?
Do you want me to look it up?
Yes.
Okay.
I have no idea. I don't know why that happened.
Okay.
Mrs. Rossellini.
Rosini.
Mrs. Rosini.
Yes.
All right. I'm glad. That was going to kill me. That was her in the beginning. Mrs. Rosini. That's the last thing I have to say about this show.
That was Mrs. Rosini at the beginning.
Yeah, it's just on.
Now it's off.
It's off.
Oh my gosh. That was so weird.
It's very weird.